Happy Monday, World History, periods 1, 2, and 3. This is Miss Jimerson here with your Lesson 2 review summary for your notes. So we're looking at Chapter 9, Lesson 2, page 121 in the online. And in the hardcover textbook, it's page 339, the Lesson 2 review. We're going to go over the answers, and you have the option to either write your answers here, or I have uploaded a template for you. And so you can click on the template. Let's see, where did I put the template? Should be under notes. And then once you get to the notes, it's going to be a Google Doc. And it's going to say lesson review questions template. There's usually 6 or 7 questions. We're only going to answer 1 through 6. And you're going to type your answers in these boxes. If there's one that requires you to work with a partner, then you're going to email a partner, or you're going to work with somebody that's in your house that wouldn't mind working with you. All right, so that's what we're doing. And so we're going to go back to Clever. Hopefully you have access to the online textbook. If not, you can use the hard copy. Lesson 2, the review questions. We're going to go over the review questions right now. So question number 1 was, how did European governments' powers expand as a result of World War I? The answer is European governments took control of their nation's economies. They also assumed the authority to ration food supplies and materials. They also regulated imports and exports, and they took over transportation systems and industries. And in many nations, they planned economies were established. All right, number 2. And again, we're looking in the book at the Lesson 2 review, which is on page 339. And in the online, it is, let me flip over to the review questions. The lesson review is at the end of each lesson. So you guys have already read lesson 2. You're done. You've done your beautiful notes. You've taken lots of good notes. And now you are ready. Here we go. Lesson review questions. Already answered question number 1. So now question number 2. How was propaganda used by European governments before and during the war? Okay, governments used propaganda before the war to stir nationalism, to get people all emotional and upset. After the war began, they continued to use it to encourage the idea that their own cause in the war was just, and to persuade citizens to join the fight eagerly. Okay, so propaganda is like where you create stories to get people riled up. Number 3, the German army. Question is, describe the steps that resulted in the development of trench warfare. The German army tried to move into France in order to take Paris. However, the French had already dug a series of trenches to protect themselves from the invasion. Germany responded by digging its own trenches, and the conflict became a stalemate, which means nobody got anywhere. Number 4, what impact did the war have on the movement of populations? The Allies seized German colonies outside of Europe. Japan took over control of German islands in the Pacific. Australia did the same in German New Guinea and in the Middle East. Lawrence of Arabia made alliances with Arab states against the Ottoman Empire. Number 5, write a paragraph discussing the role of women that women played in World War I. Your responses are going to vary because it's based on your opinion. Paragraph should mention the influx of women into the workforce and the men's jobs that they held. Number 6, you're going to have to work with a group. Work with someone in your household or email one of your classmates to see if they'll help you with this one. It says, working as a group, come up with a clear and concise argument as to why the U.S. should have entered World War I, because we entered at the very end in 1917, and the war had started in 1914, 3 years before. Present your argument to the class, asking them to decide if they agree with your group or not. So you could choose, you could do this on your own if you like. It could turn into a persuasive essay. All right, so have a wonderful day. That is the end of lesson 2. Your next task is to read lesson 3 and move forward into the lesson 3 review. Have a great Monday. Bye-bye.